of four-stroke petrol engine or four-stroke diesel engine, to complete one cycle, the piston has to reciprocate how many times? Once. Or the crankshaft has to take two revolutions to complete one cycle. So in the case of two-stroke engines or two-stroke petrol engine, see one cycle will be completed in two strokes. Okay. So here you will be having a downward stroke and upward stroke. So whereas in the case of four-stroke engines, we have separate strokes, right? First one is a suction stroke, compression stroke, power stroke, and exhaust. So here we will be having a upward stroke and downward stroke. Is it clear? Okay. So let us see how to write the sketches first. So as I told, first you have to draw three parallel lines. In this fashion. Okay, now? So now we will be having a ports. So here we don't have walls. So instead of walls, what we have is the ports. So these are the different ports that we have. Can you able to recognize this? So this is a inlet port. What is this? Inlet port. And this one is exhaust port. And this one is a transfer port. So earlier cases, in the case of four-stroke engines, we will be having the walls, right? Inlet wall, exhaust wall, and the rest. So here we have ports. Why it is called as ports means there is no movement. There is no movement parts. There are no moving parts. So here the walls are moving parts, right? So it will be opening and closing and all. So here movement of the piston. So due to the movement of the piston will be reciprocating, right? Due to this movement, it is going to open inlet port, exhaust port, and transfer. As I told, so it will be having downward stroke, and the next one will be upward stroke. Okay. So during the downward stroke, what are the things we have to write? So during the downward stroke, this, what is this? So this is a piston. So the piston will be at the top dead center. What is the meaning of top dead center? The extreme position of the piston nearer to the cylinder head. So that we are going to call as what? What? Top dead center. When the piston is at top dead center, see exhaust port will be closed, transfer port will be closed. So which port is open? Inlet port. It is not input, it is a inlet port. So inlet port. What is the meaning of inlet port? The air plus fuel mixture is going to enter. So the fresh air plus fuel mixture is going to enter to the, what is this? Which part is this? Crankcase. Okay. So when the piston is at the top dead center, exhaust port and transfer port will be closed. Inlet port will be open. So due to this, what happens? The fresh air fuel mixture enters the crankcase. And this is the connecting rod, and this is the crank. And you will be what having? You will be having a spark plug. So this is a spark plug. Why it is a spark plug? Because that is your petrol engine. We will be having the spark plug. So what I am discussing is the downward stroke. During the downward stroke, the piston will be at the top dead center. Exhaust port and transfer port will be closed. Inlet port will be open. The fresh air fuel mixture will be entering to the crankcase. And so there will be a air fuel mixture present in the cylinder from the previous side. So what is happening? It will be compressed at very high pressure and temperature. So these are the things will be happening when the piston is at the top dead center. Is it clear? So what happens? So the fuel will be compressed high pressure and temperature. The spark plug is going to ignite the spark. The combustion of fuel takes place. Due to this, what happens? The hot gases is going to expand and it is going to push the piston from top dead center to bottom dead center. It is going to push the piston downwards. Is it clear? So this is what the downward stroke. I am explaining you the downward stroke. So next sketch I will show, right? So what is this? This is the piston. See further movement of the piston downwards. So first it is going to open what? What is this? Exhaust port. It is going to open the exhaust port. See some of the hot gases present here. What happens? It is going to go out of the atmosphere. And the further movement downward, it is going to open the transfer port. Okay, it is going to open the transfer port. What happens if the transfer port opens? Whatever the air fuel mixture present in the crankcase, it is going to enter the where? It is going to enter the cylinder and it is going to push out the exhaust gases outside the atmosphere. So there will be waste gases will be there, right? So due to the entry of this fresh air fuel mixture, it is going to push out the waste gases to the atmosphere. Okay, I am going to write another part. You have to tell me what is the reason for this. So this is called as deflector. What is this? Deflector. What is the purpose of deflector? Can you able to tell me? See, if this deflector is not there, see the air fuel mixture from the crankcase, it is going to enter the cylinder. So directly it is going to go to the exhaust. That means the fresh air fuel mixture itself is going to outside the cylinder. So that's why if the deflector is there, so it is going to move upwards, right? So it is going to move upwards and it is going to push out the waste gases outside the atmosphere, outside the cylinder to the atmosphere. Is it clear? So this is what the downward. Clear now? Clear now? Clear? So what is the next thing? Upward stroke. So I need to explain the upward stroke. Okay. So during the upward stroke, what happens? The piston will be at the where? Where will be the piston? the piston will be at the bottom dead center. Bottom dead. Okay. So now what happens? The piston is going to move upwards. Okay. So during the movement of the piston upwards, what happens? It is going to close the. It is going to start the transfer. And further the piston is going to move upwards. So it is going to close the exhaust. In the meantime, it is going to open the inlet. Okay. So when it is going to move upwards, it is going to compress the air fuel mixture present in the cylinder. And the meantime, the fresh air fuel mixture enters the crank. Is it clear? So I need to write another diagram. So this is the upward stroke. So in upward stroke, the first stage tells you about when the piston is at the bottom dead center. So during the piston at the bottom dead center, the exhaust port will be opened, inlet port will be closed, transfer port will be opened. Okay. So now the piston is going to move upwards. Okay. So whatever the air fuel mixture present in the cylinder, it will be compressed to very high pressure and temperature. Okay. So in the meantime, it is going to open the inlet port. The fresh air fuel mixture enters the crank, and the cycle repeats. Okay. It is going to come to the once again come to the downward stroke. So what happens in the downward stroke? The piston will be at the top dead center. When the piston is at the top dead center, exhaust port and transfer port will be closed. Inlet port will be open. So in this time, what will be happening? So there will be a air fuel mixture present in the crankcase from the previous cycle. And the air fuel mixture present in the cylinder will be compressed to a very high pressure and temperature. So that is from the previous cycle. So what happens here? The spark plug is going to ignite the spark. So the combustion of fuel takes place. The hot gases is going to expand, and it is going to push the piston to move downwards. That is from top dead center to bottom dead center. So that is what it is happening. So during the movement, what happens? So first it is going to open the what happens? Exhaust. So when the exhaust port is open, some of the hot gases is going to what happens? It is going to escape out to the atmosphere from the cylinder. So further movement, what happens? It is going to open the transfer port. Okay, so that is the starting of upward stroke. It is going to open the transfer port. So what happens? So the air fuel mixture present in the crankcase, it will be compressed and it will be moved to the cylinder. And it is going to push out the waste gases present in the cylinder to the atmosphere. Is it clear? So further movement, what happens? The piston is going to move upwards, it is going to close the transfer port, and after it is going to close the exhaust port, and the air fuel mixture will be compressed, and the fresh air fuel mixture from the inlet port is going to enter the crank and the cycle repeats. So that's why it will be having the two strokes, that is the downward stroke, so where the power will be generated, it is going to push the piston downwards. So there is the upward stroke, it is also called as compression stroke, where the air fuel mixture will be compressed in the cylinder. So that's why in a two-stroke engine it will be having a downward stroke and also upward stroke. So downward stroke is also called as power stroke, upward stroke is also called as compression stroke. So in the market on earlier days, so there will be a almost 80 to 90% will be a petrol engines. Okay, so that's why in syllabus we will be discussing only the two-stroke petrol engine. We are not going to discuss about the two-stroke diesel engine. So earlier days, 30 years, 40 years back, so we will be at 20 years back, we will be having a two-stroke engines. We used to run most of the vehicles were two-stroke engines like Bajaj, Sedan and all, right? Luna, everything was two-stroke engines. So you can observe the main changes from the earlier vehicles to these vehicles. The fuel, the combustion gases, outward gases, it will have color, white color. Have you observed it? Observe what is the white color. Nowadays, we can't able to see the exhaust gases at all. So there will be no color. So why? So during the two-stroke engines, some of the fresh air fuel mixture is going to go outside the atmosphere. Why? Because the fresh air fuel mixture is going to exhaust out the waste gases. Along with the waste gases, some of the fuel is going to go outside without the combustion. Okay, so that's why it will be in white color. So nowadays also you can observe in many times the four-stroke engines will be exhausting the white gases. Why? Due to the incomplete combustion. Sorry, combustion ಆಗ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. Okay, so that's why you should be very careful. So when the exhaust from your vehicles nowadays, if it is in white color, exhaust gases, definitely you have to go to the mechanic shop and you need to get checked, because there will be improper combustion in your engines. Okay, the fuel is going out without the combustion, so the efficiency of the vehicle is going to be down. You are going to lose money. Is it clear? So this is about the two-stroke petrol engine, that is downward stroke